there. Thanks so much for tuning in. We appreciate the support. We're doing this for Doctors Without Borders. All the volunteers, staff, runners here putting on this show in support of the charity. Every dollar you donate goes directly to Doctors Without Borders. Let's get to some of your donation comments here. See, Canada donated $30, I'm guessing during the last run, and said, "Who needs sleep when we got these sick beats?" And Gigs47 with a donation of $13.37. Always like that. They said, "I donated the past 4 years at both AGDQ and SGDQ. Glad to donate to a worthy cause, and good luck to all the runners." And now we'll be sending it back over to the main stage for Shantae, Half-Genie Hero by skateman222.
All right. All right, who's ready for some Shantae? Let's do this thing.
I'm ready to go.
Ready to go, yeah. All right, is everyone good on timer? All right, I'm going to do a countdown from 3, 2, 1, go.
Let's go skate.
All right, guys. Hello, I'm skateman222. And why don't you introduce yourselves on the couch?
I'm JT Norimaki.
Green Z Saber.
All right, so I'm going to be doing a speed run of the any % out of bounds 1.0 version. So out of bounds is not actually the real category name. I'm going to get to it later to explain like what WTTD means and why it's called no WTTD officially on the leaderboards. But essentially, I changed it to out of bounds just to give you an idea of like what's actually happening in this run. There's going to be a lot of cool glitches that I'll be doing with some certain dances that you don't get to see in glitchless. So that's going to be really cool. We're going to be skipping a lot of backtracking and skipping a very long level later on. So right here, we're just kind of going through a dream sequence here. Nothing too special. It's a lot of holding right, but we could also save some animals here, hopefully. Just not this one.
Yeah, never the first cat.
he's just hunting me down. I can't. I'm gonna try to save these guys though, and maybe this one. Okay,
4
good.
out of 5. Got it. 4 out of 5.
All right, Nori, so maybe you could explain what's going on here, like, story-wise.
All right, so Shantae's basically woken up in the middle of the night by a whispering voice. She goes to visit her uncle, finds this weird hole in the floor, goes to investigate, finds this genie fountain where the genies talk to her, wakes up, whatever reason, in the middle of Scuttletown. Apparently she has a sleepwalking problem, so first things first, she talks to Uncle. He's basically trying to build a new machine to help protect Scuttletown and had sent Bolo on an errand. Well, you can see how well that worked. He's just staring at the bath girl. So we're now going to be Shantae's delivery service.
Exactly. So you're going to see me talk to a lot of NPCs throughout this run. It's a pretty common trend in the Shantae game. So I'm going to go over to this person, get this item, then bring that item to another person. And it's just a, you know, it's a pretty long fetch quest. So you'll see me do a few backtracking trips to get some key items that I'll need. All right, I know. What's this? Scuttletown's under attack yet again. I wonder who it could be. Oh, and by the way, this is Sky and her bird Wrench, who just magically turns into a mega gigantic wrench. And we're going to be using Wrench to fly to all the different stages. So now we're landing in Main Street. Very, very awesome song here.
Sung by one Christina B.
Yeah, she does the voice for both Shantae and Risky Boots in this game. So what you're going to see me do a lot, at least for the early game and even some of the mid game, is I'm going to be stopping to smash some pots to get some gems, because there are a lot of really helpful items in the shop that I'll need to be getting. So basically, the medium pots have a 50% chance to drop either 5 gems or a heart. The big pots are the best because they always drop 12 gems no matter what. So they're the most consistent resource of gems, essentially. So I even grabbed those two over there. Even though they're a little bit out of the way, it's totally worth it because of the items that I'll be need to buying later. The small pots are not really worth it at all. 2/3 of the time, they're 1 gem, so it's not really worth it to go out of your way for those. But if they're on the way, why not? So yeah, you can hear the vocals right now. It's not too frequent that you actually hear vocals in like the middle of a stage theme, so that's pretty neat. So Green, I guess you can maybe chime in here on your special prize and how you got them.
Sure. I would like to let everybody know that for $15 donation during this run, I did donate a prize, which is a signed copy, a signed PS4 copy of Shantae Half-Genie Hero. The PS4 version of this game just happens to be the fastest of the console versions. And I went to a convention about 3 months ago where Christina V was a guest, and I got her to sign about 10 things, 6 copies of the Shantae game. Just happened to be one of them.
Yeah, so... sorry, what were you going to say?
Yeah, she's a very awesome voice actress. She signed all of them for free, and I'm going to give... I actually got her to sign some extras, so I have one right here for JT Norimaki, which I'm going to give right now. And I will give you your copy after your run is over.
Oh man, awesome. Thank you, dude. That's sweet. Okay, so basically the goal here is I want to have 118 gems before I get to the boss here. Unfortunately, I'm a little bit short, but I still have a chance to recoup some gems in Scuttletown, so I should be alright, but it's not 100%. So here we have Tinker Slug, the first boss of the game. Don't call it Poop Toot. Well, I just did. What does it stand for, Nori?
The proper name is, she's part omni-organic, partially titanic, ocean-optimal Tinker Slug.
Yep. So this boss is very simple. You have to wait for the bell to basically drop you a dynamite up top, and then you swing the dynamite down here and just wail on poor Poop Toot over here.
It's also worth noting that if you happen to hit that barrel off to the left, which has happened on a number of people's runs, it costs you 16 seconds.
Yeah, that's rough. All right, that was an okay fight. And the usual fare here in Shantae games, 1,000,000 explosions once you defeat the boss.
Every single boss explodes in this game.
It's a staple now. They have to stick to it.
So what's going on here, Nori? Got blueprints.
So when the attack happened, what really occurred was a Tinkerbat ran out of Uncle Mimic's place with those blueprints. We just tracked him down by beating Risky. She hands them back over after we defeat her, but then she goes on her merry way. We're going to return these blueprints here, and then as per usual with the Shantae series as of late, Shantae immediately gets fired. And now is wondering what she's going to do, as the mayor is going to be posting help wanted for a replacement town genie. And we're going to come across a woman in distress, and we'll be going to help out her little situation because we're Shantae. That's what we do.
Exactly. All right, so let's hope that we get enough gems here. If not, I'll have to take a 15-second backup strat to make sure we have enough. Come on. Yeah.
You're good.
All right, awesome. So I need 130 for the super pike ball that I'll be buying in a shop strip coming up after this dialogue here. And what you saw at the end of the level, there was a Genie Realm sequence. So at the end of each stage, there's a Genie Realm sequence, and you get a new transformation. So that was my first one, which was Monkey Dance. Let me buy this real quick. There we go. And the monkey is awesome. The monkey is super helpful. Monkey's faster than Shantae. It can climb stuff, and it could do some other cool things later on, too.
Monkey is love, monkey is life.
Agreed. All right, so the next stage is Mermaid Falls, but we're going to go there a little bit later. We're going to go back to Main Street. I have to get another key item for a fetch quest, and I have to get an upgrade to Monkey right off the bat, so that's going to be great. So here, the big pots respawn because I unloaded the level and then I came back. So I'm going to be picking up all the big pots again. And now that I have the super pike ball, which is essentially 3 spiky balls that surround me that deal damage, I don't actually have to whip. So I can just do this, use super pike ball, and then just be on my merry way. Unfortunately, I can't use that as Monkey, so I have to go back to Shantae, which takes a little bit of time. But at least I don't have to spend time to use my whip to do it. So I think now would be a good time for donations as I'm kind of making my way back to the next screen.
All right, let's kick it off with a $100 donation from Anonymous, who says, I've been watching SGDQ late the past few years. I could never make the live streams, and it always upset me. This year I could finally make it. However, I should probably be working. Oh well. I'm glad I could finally donate to a great cause, and wish all the runners the best, especially in the Shantae run. And Mr. Darks with a $50 donation said, no comment, just Shantae.
Sounds good. All right, so now we're gonna make our way over to the upgrade that I was referring to earlier. So that was a nice, quick platforming through those disappearing blocks. That's good. And right here we have a little portal here to another Genie realm. That's not mandatory, but Monkey Bullet is super awesome, so it may as well be mandatory. So you'll see what happens here. Bam. So now I could basically dash off of walls, which can really save a lot of time. You'll see me using that like 100 times in this run.
Oh yeah, it's the main primary movement tech whenever possible because it's the fastest movement available.
So maybe you could explain what's going on here. Why am I just defeating all these pirates?
So what's happening is obviously we're in a restaurant, you see these Tinkerbats hopping through the door, and now we've got a counter of how many we're defeating. Ideally, you talk to an NPC that's a little bit higher in the stage first to find out why you're here, but we're going to go ahead and just do this because it's quicker, it's en route, and we can grab it. And fun fact, you could actually do this even in the first visit. It's just a lot slower. The Tinkerbats show up just much slower pace, so it's better to just do it here. But we're grabbing that health permit. We're going to take it to our NPC friend here for a special gift.
So there I just grabbed the heart holder, which essentially increases my total hearts by 1. So that one is actually optional, but it helps me a lot, especially for the final boss, which you'll see. It's a pretty brutal final boss. Whoops. And we got the whistle here too, and the whistle lets us leave from the stage whenever we want, so that's really helpful. But now to go back on the story, we're gonna go back to Mermaid Falls. So what's going on here? There's some interesting stuff going on here.
So the main thing that's happening is we find out from that woman in distress that gave us the map to get here. She's basically a villager of this island, and all the women within the village are being kidnapped. And we've been sent here to kind of investigate exactly why. What you're finding out, obviously, is the mermaids seem to be on a little bit of a rampage. They're definitely trying to do anything that they can to stop you from getting through, but Monkey Bullet just doesn't care. And when we get to the top here, we're going to actually see some of the abductions in place, so it'll just kind of prove that there is something fishy going on here. No pun intended, or was that?
So you saw there, just at the end of that screen, you can actually use Monkey Bullet to essentially smash pots as well. So if there's ever some pots that I will need that's near a wall, I could actually just use Monkey Bullet to smash them, and I don't have to transform back to Shantae. So that's really helpful. Also, you're basically kind of like invincible for a while you use the bullet, so you could actually go through things for about a second or so.
And for those of you at home, know your eyes do not deceive you. Those are fish that are biting the women's legs to make them counterfeit mermaids.
Yeah.
It's a thing.
All right, that's fine. A little bit of a slip up there. Okay. So there's a lot of platforming going on here. This is one of my favorite screens of the game, both for the music and for like the platforming that you got to do. Tons of monkey action here. Ooh. That's a really big pot, but unfortunately it also only gives 12 gems. I was hoping it'd give like 30 or something crazy.
Yeah, false advertising.
So now Nori's kind of mad at me because I got this, as well as Turkey, who's watching from home probably. So I just got the bat dance there. It's also an optional dance to pick up, but it essentially makes the later parts of the run much more safe. it only loses like about 30, 35 seconds, so it's not a big deal. And I think it's better than just constantly dying at a hard part at a later part of the game. And I don't want to be that guy who keeps on messing up a hard trick over and over.
No, we'll give you a pass this one time. It's all right.
All right, so now we got our first auto-scroller of the game. However, this auto-scroller is actually pretty useful. So there's 100 gems roughly, and there's these barrels that you jump over. But there are also 5 items that are going to help me throughout the course of the run. And you'll see it really soon. Hold on. There we go. Celebratory orange. Oh, yeah. So the oranges, they really help. There are 5 oranges here. Hopefully I get all 5.
MLG orange, got it.
That's 4, yeah. So that's 4 now, so that's good. There's 1 more. So they basically heal for a whole heart of damage. So there's going to be a lot of points in the run where I purposely take damage. Or there's a lot of parts that, a lot of things can hurt me. So it's nice to have those oranges handy. But I think for the rest of this, it really isn't too much to say. So I think it's another good time for a donation or 2.
Sure, Finn donated $15 and said, "I've been dancing for joy and hyped up for the Shantae run. Just had to whip up and donate to show support during one of my favorite game series and speed runs. Good luck on the run and be ready to go fast."
Thanks for that, Finn.
Also, Sean B. Gave us $25 for Doctors Without Borders and said, "Howdy, howdy. I'm donating for this GDQ and enjoying watching what runs I can with my 9-month-old son. Thanks for all your time put into running these games and the time put into this event for all you behind-the-scenes people. Excited to see the brand new Shantae game run already, making its way into GDQ. Ready to go."
So here I have the next boss. We have Giga Mermaid, also known as Giga Waifu by a few people. So maybe, Nora, you could explain what's going on here. What am I trying to go for?
So more or less what's happened is obviously this mermaid is in captivity. You see these locks on the left and right there. There's a very precise cycle that Skate just hit there in order to get this optimally and not have to waste turn for that. So that was a really good first phase. Didn't miss anything. And the key on that is how quickly you get the left to be able to catch that rising platform on the right and not have to wait the extra cycle.
All right, so now here's the second phase. Some bad luck can occur here. Hopefully not. Ah, darn it. That's not good.
Optimal.
That's definitely not optimal. So she could do 3 different things. Okay, luckily she only did 1 bad thing. So hold on here. I'm going to do this and this. And there you go. That was a quick fight.
Very good boss kill. It's one of the best boss kill strategies in this game.
Yeah, the other thing that she could have done there was a tail, which wastes a decent amount of time because it goes back and forth before it tries to slap you on the bridge. So
yeah,
we're glad we didn't see that.
Yeah, you want to see that good pattern immediately if you can with the platform, so you have access to, going up there and then doing more damage. All right, so next up for the transformation that we're going to get here is the crab dance. This is one of my personal favorites. The crab can do a lot of interesting things in the water. It's got a little bit of limited movement, but with what you can do, it's pretty impressive.
I think it'd be better with a side of butter.
So as you can see with the crab, you can actually kind of like ground pound underwater, so to speak. The crab can't like swim upwards, so it just kind of falls in the water. But basically, you want to be walking as much as crab as you can because floating is a little bit slower. So you'll see some pretty cool movement tech with crab like after the next stage. So let's do some more fetch quest stuff here. So that's salted caramel. That was actually dog candy in a way because the chef had a dog basically, and now we're giving it to this little kid, and don't tell her it's dog food. I think she'll be okay. So we get the bird seed. Now in the shop, I'm going to be buying 3 things here. Fireball, backdash, and warp dance. So Fireball is going to be needed for another mandatory fetch quest thing that's going to really improve the odds of getting what we need, let's just say. And what else? Then the backdash is going to be used to set up a glitch consistently. So I'll get to that later as well. And then lastly, I got Warp Dance, which essentially lets you warp to screens you've already been to. So there's a few backtracking trips where it is useful. I'm going to be using it twice. So, Nori, what's going on here exactly?
All right, so we returned to town, and the mayor has hired the replacement genie in place of Shantae after firing her. The problem is people are starting to lose their memory in town, and you're going to see that pretty evidently here in a second on Sky's face. She just doesn't know what's happening. She's like, why didn't you get Mayor Ticklechin? That's what she's saying, but...
Yeah, Mayor Ticklechin's basically when you talk to the mayor, you end up like being like right under like his chin essentially, and you're tickling his chin with Shantae's hair.
Yeah, when she does the collection animation, it's pretty funny. But anyway, so the mayor gives us this map. He had sent, or basically the replacement genie said she was coming here to research something, and gave us the map because he's starting to lose his mind a little bit, and now we're going to be on the trail to figure out what's happening.
Yeah, so Tasseltown is a pretty demanding stage, honestly. There's a lot of crazy execution that you have to do. This first screen has a really early cycle that I'll be talking about later that I really want to hit. And then there's a tower screen, and there's a bunch of other things that are just... It's brutal, and I really have to focus quite a bit. Not on this screen too much, but on the last screen is the one that's the most brutal, in my opinion. Oh, okay, there we go. So here we get to see the crab in action. Like I said, for now, the crab doesn't have his upgrade, which we'll be getting later, but basically you just want to ground pound underwater as much as you can, like so. All right, so here's the cycle I'm talking about here. Okay, good start. So here you have strong winds. So essentially, that strong wind, I can't just, you know, make my way through this easily. I have to be hiding behind things or holding on to something, or else the wind is going to push me too far back, and that's really bad.
It's very punishing whenever you get blown back, too.
Okay, I'm going to go for the half early cycle here.
Yeah, take that one safe.
Yeah. So normally I want to be up here when that wind is going on, but that'll do. I'm satisfied with that. Oh, okay. Oops. Poor Shantae.
Watch your health.
Yeah. All right, that's decent. I don't want to take any more damage, or else that'll be kind of a problem. And that's why we have the oranges. The oranges are definitely helpful for these scenarios. So here we have the tower. Tower's fun because we got this guy chasing us up the tower. So we got to go up really quickly. Wilbur, the one-eyed mega worm here. So you'll see there's a lot of big pots up here too. So you'll see me making a lot of detours to pick those up. So I need a lot of gems still. Got these blocks here. Got to use Shantae to whip them. That was perfect.
That was
awesome.
Good job.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Other than that, is there anything else we could talk about here? Oh yeah, there's this.
Fireball skip.
Oh no.
Clip it.
So
he just lost a cycle there. There's a really tight jump with perfect execution getting up there. You can actually get in front of that top round of fireballs. It's not a huge time loss, but obviously every little bit counts when you're really trying to get a good time.
Okay. Oh. Went too far left there. Okay. All right, that was a little rough, but I didn't take any hits. That's good. Those skeleton soldiers do a lot of damage, so that's the thing I really want to avoid. And here I'm going to focus a lot while I let maybe Nori or Green chime in here.
Yeah, so Skybridge is one of those kind of run killer parts. The platforming here is extremely tight, as you can see. And what we're trying to do is keep movement exactly right to hit a perfect cycle for these platforms that are moving in and out from the foreground and the background. And specific movement is required to do that. You know, right before the marathon, a new strat was found that saves about 5 seconds, but none of us have had a chance to practice that yet.
No.
So we're going to definitely stay away from those new strats for right now, but you'll see just the movement has to be absolutely perfect. Any one thing goes wrong, you're likely to be off cycle, and you're going to lose a little bit of time. I won't say that it's a killer, but you definitely have to wait cycles out or adjust accordingly based on the new kind of patterns you're dealing with. And you'll see you'll stop for the big pots here as usual. Obviously, gems are very important for some future shopping. So the big pots are really the only ones we're focused on because at least we get the guaranteed 12. And we'll just damage boost through some things here, but you can see why Monkey Ball is so important for this entire run. It's a huge part of getting through this entire stage right here.
All right, that was pretty much perfect, so I'm happy with that.
Very good.
Very good job.
Thank you, guys. All right, now here we have Wilbur. Essentially, auto-scroller the boss. Very simple boss here. So he has 3 attacks. This is his first attack. You can like dodge this attack in any way you want. It's really easy. You can crawl through it. You can backdash. You can walk slowly. You can do so many things. And then this is the next attack here. Okay, that's good.
Yep.
So maybe you could talk about what's going on with the meteors or the balls here.
Yeah, so in that phase, what he's doing is he's spitting out a bunch of debris, and the blue ones are the cool rocks, basically, you can't do anything with, but that one that's on fire is the one that we're keyed on. And what Skate then has to do is knock it into the nearest cannon, then we step on the switch, the cannon fires it into his eye, basically dealing damage to it. I like to equate that game with a game of tennis, basically. Which side does it go on? So, you know, we keep track of the score that way. Like right now, Skate's up 15-love on Wilmer, which is good. So
pretty much.
But, you know, some runs he'll give you really bad RNG, and he'll drop all 4 on the far end where you have to spend time to walk over there to be able to hit it.
Nice.
Yeah, so far so good. Now
2
the
for 2.
problem is if you break that block, that rock, if it hits you, or if you step on the switch too soon and it breaks on the side of the cannon, you have to wait kind of a cycle. I'd say about a half cycle for him to do it again to have another shot. So it could be extremely punishing if in any way, shape, or form you don't succeed. And it also does break. You can't just let it sit there. It does break on its own, just sitting there. So you can't let it just reside and then think you're going to be okay to maybe farm up a couple and get a couple of shots in.
So you can also crawl through this. It's
Crawl strat's OP.
pro strat right here, yeah. All right, so now the red meteor is going to fall down first. So now I have an early glimpse. Wow, this is awesome.
Really good Wilbur.
Very good.
Nice cannon jump, by
yeah,
the way.
the cannon jump for swag points.
Shantae bringing the boom.
Yeah. And now here comes the eye. The eye of the Wilbur.
There are some alternate strats that are used during this eyeball phase. In the console version, they get the advantage of being able to use pike ball on that, where it actually lands a double hit on the eye, so you don't have to bounce it back and forth as much. And then there's also storm puff strats that have been developed where placing them just right will land some extra hits so that you reduce the amount of cycles. It doesn't work. Neither one of those strats works on the PC version, however.
Wow.
Wow,
Nice.
you got a 4-0 Wilbur. You got a 4-0 Wilbur in a marathon. What is this?
Marathon look. Awesome. Sorry, Wilbur.
Well, from a story perspective, it's probably a good thing that thing's gone. So what we find out is our replacement genie here, Holly, she is a fragment or a memento of all the memories of the city that we were just in. Wilbur is a devourer of souls. That's what he is listed as. So he actually eats memories and souls, and she's sicked that worm after us to kind of get rid of the problem. But having killed it, now she's going to fade into history as well. Even though she was, summa cum laude of her fraternity and all of that stuff that she claims. So.
Yeah. So here we have the elephant dance, by far my least favorite dance. I'm sorry, elephant. So the elephant is, I mean, for me anyway, I find it to be a little bit unresponsive at times, but the elephant does have some useful traits. The elephant doesn't have the upgrade yet, so it's not to its full potential just yet, but yeah. The elephant does have a dash though right now, as you saw with the block, and he can push the heavy block, so that's really helpful. All right, so now we're going to do a little bit of a backtracking session here. So first we're going to go back to Tassel Town. We're actually going to be doing our first glitch, so this is going to be cool. Yep,
this is where the route diverts finally from the glitchless one.
Right. So the first half of this is pretty much the same, but then I get to do a cool glitch with the elephant, actually. So, and what's really funny about the elephant glitch is that it wasn't even the original way we did it. But shoutouts to Esco here. We used to do it with another transformation to do the clip, but I'm going to focus here first before I talk more. This looks good.
Nice.
Yeah, you should be set.
Yeah.
Good job.
So I just hit a loading zone, basically, which gets me to here, and I get this item early, which is the Iron Slab. And normally you get this at the end of the game because you need the mermaid transformation to use the bubble to break a block. So So that's really helpful right there. And yeah, so basically what happened there is Elephant for some reason can clip through like the wall under the quicksand, which you never really thought to do. We used to just use Dryad ledge clip to get down there. And what Esco was doing was trying to find like a setup to make like a more consistent clip through the quicksand, but he accidentally found out that Elephant also clips, so go figure. So now I talked to a genealogist down there. He wants us to collect remains for him. So basically with the Elephant, we now have Elephant Stomp, which is what he gave us as an upgrade. And basically when you see a flower on the ground, that's your cue to say, oh, I got to use the Elephant here to stomp, and then, oh, what am I doing? See, this is what I mean with the Elephant. Do the dash. There we go. But other than that, there really isn't too much to say here. I'm just going to be getting these 5 remains and grinding for a lot of money, so now's a pretty good time to get some donations in as well.
Yeah, let's get around to some of these coming in from the community here. I've got a $30 donation from Cyberbot X. It says, took a quick nap so I could see the Shantae Half-Genie hero run. Good luck to skateman222 on it. Let's put this to see some Out of Bounds demo in Earthbound. Also, Hellkith donated $20 and said, gotta donate during Shantae, one of the best platforming games ever. Shoutouts to Nori, hope that couch is good for ya.
Thanks, Hellkith, it is, Ben.
And here's Tina Hacks with a $25 donation saying, yo, Skateman, good luck on your Shantae run. I'm glad to see you running this version with the Shantae Squid Baron palette swap. Shout out to Skateman, JT, and the whole Shantae running community, and money to Skate's Choice.
Thanks, Tina.
Yeah, thank you, Tina. It's going to be something Earthbound related. We'll talk about that after the run for sure.
Right on. And here's $15 from Fury Fire, who says, Fury Fire here, just wishing you luck from the Shantae Discord. Let's put that Dryad form to good use, Skate. And Runner's Choice there as well.
All right, so now we're finally done that long backtrack here. It's a lot of fun, though. Lots of platforming, grabbing all those gems and stuff. All right, so here's something really funny. So we give the remains to the genealogist, and what does he give us in return? We got sick.
Yeah, suddenly I don't feel so good.
Yo, sick.
So now Shantae's sick. I mean, there's no change to her sprite at all. I mean, she's a Half-Genie. I think she'll be fine, but she's going to be sick for like 10 minutes or something.
Yeah, about that.
We still got a whole stage and a bit to do, so.
No big deal.
So you'll see Warp Dance in action here. So I think that's the last time I ever used Warp Dance, and it basically just skipped to the next screen, which is where I need to be. So back in the factory, there's going to be another fetch quest that I got to do. Actually, 2 of them, now that I think about it, with these Gators here. So here's where Fireball comes into play. If I defeat the Gator with fire, I automatically get a Gator steak, and I need 2. Because the 2 girls in town, Twitch and Vinegar, they're hungry, so we gotta give them Gator steak. And they give you a hint saying like, oh, you gotta burn them to a crisp or whatever. So
yeah, something like that.
Oh, whoops. And I'll just
cycle.
wait for this one. Oh no.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh.
You'll notice that these rings are moving twice
They're
as
really
fast,
fast.
as they were last time.
There we go. Okay.
There we go.
All right, that was rough. Okay, and now... Oh,
Oh,
I want that, I want that,
roast.
I want that.
Wow, twice in a row, Skate? Really? It happened in practice before this run, too.
Yeah, so Rose is another healing item, too. So whenever I see any healing item, I'm going to grab it right away, especially for a marathon. I'll take all the healing I can get for the final boss. And I think with that, I could actually skip a shopping trip now. So that's good. So now we're going to see some awesome crab action here. Oh, not like that. There we go. So now we got Crab Claw. That's the next upgrade for the crab. That lets us attack with the crab, and we get to snip away those, algae blocks or whatever. And there's a lot of interesting tech that I do here as crab with this Crab Claw. I'm gonna grab that gem here. So I'm grabbing these 5 Blobfish kids for Grandma Blobfish, who we just saw in that little secret area hidden behind an elephant block for some reason. I don't know how she got there, but whatever. So I'm going to demonstrate one of my favorite parts of the crab. I think I already did it once, but I'm going to show it again very soon. That's the 4th kid right there. I'm going to smash this block as elephant. All right, here we go. So down here, you're going to see 2 blocks in a row, and I can actually snip both at the same time by using a crab, like a jump crab claw, whatever you call that.
It's a pincer jump or something.
Yeah,
it's gone
we
through
don't really
few
have a
names.
name for it, but yeah. All right, so now I got to get back to Grandma Blobfish, TKY's favorite, right?
Yeah, that is absolutely his most favorite character is Grandma Blobfish.
All right, one more screen. And we're going to hand those Blobfish kids in, and we're going to get a race ticket. We're going to need 2 race tickets to get to the next stage. There we go. So now I'm going to make a little bit of a detour because I want to get the next... Actually, I got to get both transformations for doing all the cool glitches in the second half of the run. So I'm going to go up here. Oh. Ah. All right. Jeez. Ooh, that was close. Grab some more gems. I'm kind of low on gems, honestly. Not too good on the gem luck this run. Okay. There we go.
You got enough health to do the damage boost here, you're fine.
Yeah, my health is pretty low, so I'm definitely going to have to heal with some oranges. Or maybe even that roast, who knows. So I'm going to buy the Dryad Dance and the Gem Jug. There we go. So those 2 transformations are going to be super helpful for doing all the crazy out-of-bounds glitches that I'll be doing, which I'll explain more once I actually get there. But now I got to go back to Scuttletown. Now we got all these items that I need to get. So that's almost the last backtracking trip. There is one more I got to do, and then we'll be done with that. 337. That's super low on gems. Where did all the gems go? Did I just like forget to smash like a bunch of pots or something? Or is it just that unfortunate?
I can't think of any that you missed. I think there was one I saw you kind of blow off, but at the time you didn't need it. So
yeah,
that was a prior trip. You're just getting really bad luck right now.
Yeah. So what is my gem count now? Okay, that's fine. I'll just buy 2 potions, I guess.
Get 2 potions here.
And buying the scimitar. So the scimitar is the max upgrade for Pike Ball. It's fantastic. It's just gonna destroy these bosses for the rest of the game.
Ridiculously OP.
Yeah. And they actually kind of nerfed scimitar and basically every other magic item because now magic gets drained a lot quicker. So now you just can't like leave scimitar on the whole fight without having to heal. Now you actually have to use some potions to actually like continue using them. But that's in 1.01, which is the latest version right now. But I'm on 1.0 with all these cool glitches. So next up we got Cape Crustacean. So what's going on in Cape Crustacean?
All right, so a guy comes in and while Shantae's talking with Mimic, and he says, "Hey, there's robberies going on at the annual carpet races. You didn't see me. If they find out about it, they'll kill me. Whatever. And here's a map." And then he brings us here. So now we're going to participate in a race. It's kind of a cutthroat one, but we have reasons for being cutthroat here.
Yeah, so this is actually an interesting auto score. It's not as useful as the orange one, but you can actually destroy the racers, like savage. They do drop some stuff too, so right now I'm not at full health. I want to be at full health here, and there's a very good chance I'll get at least 1 hard drop to get to full health here. Other than that, they also drop magic potions and gems. I don't think there's anything else. There we go, now I'm at full health. There's actually a Steam achievement if you actually destroy all the racers. That's kind of funny, so I'm going to try to do that. But other than that, this is another perfect time for donations.
Yeah, Gerard gave us a $30 and said, "Really enjoying the Shantae run. Good luck to Skateman."
Thank you.
And Hugo Cobb donated $30 as well, saying, "Donating some cash because of the bro on the couch who donated a signed copy of Shantae. Loving the run so far. Watching from Australia. Keep it up, guys." And Jocko donated $30 saying, "I don't have much to say except good luck on the run. And there's a heart for you."
These tiny guys are really hard to hit.
There goes that achievement.
Yeah, missed 1. All right, so here we have our next boss, Twitch and Vinegar. Oh, who would have thunk? They're actually bad guys. So here's what I'm going to do. A really interesting strat. I'm going to butt bounce here. You actually don't fall there. There's actually just a pit that I guess damages you and bounces you back up.
Oh.
Ooh.
That was close.
Okay, nice save.
Yeah, I should have used the roast there, but that's okay. I'm going to do another shopping trip for sure. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, 1 hit left as usual. Okay, that was good pattern with Twitch there.
All right, good.
Twitch is interesting when she comes in because if she comes in at the top of the screen and goes down, her hitbox doesn't exist until she reaches the bottom. But if she comes at the bottom, it makes her accessible to hit right away. Not sure why that happens in this version, but it can be annoying sometimes.
Yeah, exactly. So now we got the airships here. Gonna just make my way through this with Monkey. Wait a bit there so I don't get hit by that guy. So here we see all the ammo baron henchmen, so to speak. There's plenty of them, and you do not want to touch them because they do a whole heart of damage, and that's not good.
Yeah, they do more damage than the cannons for some reason.
Oh,
see,
there we
that's
go.
what I was
Oh,
talking
nice.
about. Skate, you got it.
Hooray! Finally fortunate. That hasn't been going too well in practice. There's always something there. Okay, so here, so the lasers on this screen, they're on like a global timer basically, so as long as I don't get damaged too much, I'll be able to make this. Gotta look at a visual cue here. Okay, good. And there we go, we make this cycle here. So now the rest is pretty straightforward. I'm gonna monkey bullet off this. Why not? And I have a lot of HP, that's awesome. Okay, so now I could go here, damage boost off this guy, and I can go through these lasers no problem, so that's nice. And this is the end of the screen here. There we go.
Okay, no
Okay,
soft
okay.
lock. No soft
Yes,
lock.
the game tends to crash there in 1.0 quite a bit, so
Yeah.
it's always a scary part, especially when you're ahead of PB pace. You get to that point, and then the game says nope.
So I'm going to get some more gems here because I'm going to do another safety shopping trip. Got any more healing items for me, guys? Come on. I could
Usually
use
you
some
get a
more.
pretty good chance to get a roast off these guys, but
Yeah.
never when you want it.
So here's our first instance of the gem jug clip. And now I'm through all. Yeah. So the gem jug lets you clip through right walls, whereas the dryad lets you clip from left walls and a bunch of other things that I'll talk about when we get there. But yeah, the gem jug clip is just super awesome. I could skip a lot of things with that. So basically, you transform a gem jug, then you untransform, and it pushes you quite a bit to the right. So it just pushes you in the wall, and then you can walk freely in there. Awesome! Wow.
Oh, that was free.
I took like no damage.
Yeah,
that
the
whole
saw
screen.
the saw blades were completely out of your way, which you never really see. So
Yeah.
good.
All right. So now we took down the airships, and now we get to meet Ammo Baron himself.
Yeah, quick little story bit here. As we were going through that ship, you probably saw in the background giant spools of thread. What he's been doing is he's been stealing these magic carpets for his army. Now, never mind the fact that we just pretty much wrecked his millions of dollars of crowd-funded money airships, but now he's got these stolen uniforms he's made with the magic carpets so that his air fleet could be even more air fleet. Or he wanted to look like M. Bison, take your pick.
So you can see Scimitar putting in some heavy work here. Just a bunch of 3 damage every time I hit with one of them. I'm also throwing in 2 hair whips too, as they do 5 damage as well. Okay.
Nice.
That was a good fight. If I don't have to heal in this fight, that usually means it's a pretty good fight.
Yeah.
Nice boxers.
Yeah. Obviously, it's issued as well. Same socks, same boxers.
All right, so this is going to be interesting. Another really useful application of the gem jug clip. So now we would normally get our next transformation, but we don't really like this transformation, so we're going to just gem jug clip and skip it like so. Transform, see ya.
Goodbye.
Rip 100%.
So in there is actually the mouse transformation. If you see in the middle of the screen, there's like a maze kind of thing going on there. You basically use the mouse to just go in there and make your way through all these mazes scattered throughout all the levels that you see. I have only 40 gems. That's okay, I guess. I would prefer more than that, but
You
it's
didn't
fine.
break the pot before the generator.
Yeah, I forgot the last pot's there. Oh well, that's okay.
At any rate, you can see we just took care of Shantae's illness finally.
Yeah.
For being a good patient, we get a lollipop.
All right, this is a little sketchy, but I think we'll make it work.
You'll be fine.
Yeah, we'll be fine. Oh yeah, so now we're not sick anymore. I think we talked about that. We got the lollipop, and someone really wants that lollipop, so we're gonna do our last backtracking trip right here. Go back to Mermaid Falls for the 3rd time. And now we're gonna do some more glitches, so get ready for that. So in this screen, I basically wanna get a really perfect fast cycle. It's most probably not gonna happen, but if it does in a marathon setting, I'll probably flip.
Yeah, the timing is extremely precise here. He can't miss a single monkey bullet, and they've all got to be pretty quick in order to make it. So
Let's try this.
it's looking good.
Oh!
So close.
So close.
And now,
Okay,
at least you got the immediate respawn.
Yeah, that was scary. So now we transform to Dryad, and oh, now we're through the wall. And one last gem loop over here, and crawl under here. And there we go. We meet a wizard who has a sweet tooth. There you go. Here's a lollipop.
He gives us a light shard return. It's a nice guy.
Yeah.
Funniest thing to note really quick, though, these NPCs he's doing these fetch quests for are actually people who back the game, since this was a Kickstarter. Certain people with certain tier had the ability to have their character modeled into the game, so a few of these NPCs are based on those particular backers of the game, so greatly appreciate their contribution to bringing this to us.
All right, so we're going to bring the light shard back to Uncle here. You'll see in the back it makes a nice smiley face with the shards, the magnet, and Reese's peanut butter cup or something.
Yep. You put magnet in my peanut butter.
And now we're going to make our way to the next stage,
Yes.
Hypno Baron's Castle.
So storyline here basically is, I believe Uncle Mimic finds that map. Risky, or not risky, but Roddy Tops recognizes the location because tired of the caravan life right now, her and her brothers are looking to actually find a permanent residence, and this is one of the places that they're viewing. So we'll see the zombies around here just a little bit.
All right, so we're going to do a lot of glitches here, and hopefully I nail them all. So first I'm going to monkey bullet over to this wall on the right, like so. And go through a door I'm not supposed to be in. Now I'm halfway done. And gem jump clip here as well. All right, here we go. Come on.
Got
Yes.
it. So even though he paused a lot there, it still saves time because she would walk all the way through the wall if you triggered the dialogue and didn't get the frame perfect skip of the dialogue there, which would require that you have to transform into Dryad 4 times to get through that wall, which I think takes about 13 seconds or so. So
Yeah.
every pause he does only costs 1 second, so overall he just saved time by doing that.
Yeah, I saved like 7-8 seconds easily.
Okay, this is the hardest screen right here.
Hey guys.
Hey, what's up?
So this is one of the reasons why I got Bat. So I could just hop on a block that's going up, transform to Bat, and Bat normally can only move left to right, but since the block is pushing the Bat up, it pushes me up above the screen. Now I just hold right and fly over everything, which is just beautiful. Unfortunately, you can't do this in the latest version. They added like spiky blocks just to prevent you from doing so. But yeah, this is a lot of fun.
While you go to the graveyard, I'll just mention a donation of $1,000 we received. Thank you so much to B. Diddy Tampa, who says, "Love my charity marathons." And then we got the rock devil horn emote. Here's to you and all the gamers, crew, and support and donations. These are great ways to raise money for charity. I love everyone participating. And then we got a thumbs up. Cheers, SGDQ, and until next time, your friend, B. Diddy Tampa.
Thank you so much for that donation.
For the record, this is actually the hardest section in the game.
Yeah, in actual runs with the fast strats, there's a lot of monkey bulleting. You'll notice these eyeball platforms are 1 tile in size, And what makes them even worse in regards to actually getting the really fast strats there is that when they start moving, their hitboxes get wonky, so you'll have a little bit of trouble trying to grasp onto them.
Didn't get hit by any jerk birds.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that. I didn't get hit by any of those jerk birds. Thank goodness. All right, Squid Baron, we meet again.
Creature of unspeakable horror.
So more scimitar action here. Try to sneak in some hair whips too. So Squid Baron, the wonderful recurring boss of the Shantae series. Essentially the filler boss.
And breaker of all wars,
Yeah.
wars of the fourth.
And he actually says something about how, oh, this is like such an awesome boss track, and it's just like one of the the sewers track from Pirate's Curse.
Yeah, it was
like,
the sewer track from Pirate's Curse.
All right, nice boss music. So that was the easy part of this fight. But now Hypno Baron from back there, he's just like, wait a minute, that's too easy. Let's join in on this fight. So this is 2 versus 1, not too fair, but I mean, Scimitar is basically like 5 people, so it's more like 6 versus 2. So maybe you could explain what's going on here.
All right, so obviously they're joining in. The Scimitar is still going to be the main thing that deals our damage here. You're going to notice that Skate's going to be focused on Squid Baron primarily at the beginning. I mean, he's going to try to get damage in on Hypno Baron where he can, but you definitely want to take out Squid Baron first, because if you take out Hypno Baron instead, you get some really nasty stuff from Squid Baron. His pattern's really hard to deal with, so it's much more optimal to take out Squid Baron first, because then Hypno Baron really only does this, and it's just much easier to deal with.
I'm going to play it safe because I really don't want to heal here. I want to conserve my healing options as much as I can.
Yeah, you're a little low on potions for what you'd like to be.
Yeah. So I'm playing this super safe right now.
Okay.
Okay.
Nice.
All right, so that was basically the last of the normal stages, and then we got a final dungeon coming up. And because we were able to do all those glitches and get all those items early, like the zombie hamster and the iron slab, now I could just talk to Uncle right away, don't have to do any backtracking, and we could just go straight to the final dungeon. So now here we're going to get our last transformation, which is the Harpy. Harpy's pretty cool because you could fly around freely everywhere, unlike the bat. So that's going to be really nice. However, the Harpy's pretty huge. It's got a pretty huge sprite. And in addition, it seems to be like copied from Game Boy Color. Shantae like line by line in the code. So like essentially if you don't like flap like continuously, there's a tendency for Harpy to just drop your inputs completely and then you just fall to your death, which is not fun. So
yeah, you have to handle her with care a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be really careful. So like I said, I'm just going to talk to Uncle right away. And you're going to see an interesting character in a cutscene coming up.
Someone we've not seen since Risky's Revenge.
Yeah.
Hello, Nega Shantae.
Bye, Nega Shantae.
Bye, Nega Shantae.
So maybe you could explain like what was going on in that cutscene exactly?
So you'll notice that the machine in the back is gone after the cutscene's over. What happens is Risky Boots pops in, says, "Hi, you fell right into my hands. Those blueprints I gave you, I altered them. You built the machine to my specs." And it immediately changes Shantae's magic from good to evil because the machine can polarize magic. Mm-hmm. So the cutscene with Nega Shantae is actually Shantae in evil form, but the cries of her friends kind of talk her back out of it. She reverts to normal, and the only thing we can get out of it is that the negative side of her probably exists somewhere deep inside, but for now is repressed.
All right, so now here we're going to do a very interesting skip, and I have to listen to a lot of audio cues here. So now we're basically flying over the level, and normally we'd have the mermaid transformation, which we don't have. Hold on, I got to hear this too. Okay, good. All right, so now I'm basically swimming over an entire underwater auto-scroller, which is just a horrible combination. We don't want to deal with that at all. So now I'm going to be splishing and splashing to the right until I hear a really big like sploosh sound, and then I'm going to go back, jump, hold right, and then I'm going to basically float my way down to the exit and skip the entire auto-scroller. The game's going to be a little bit confused, but it's going to understand eventually what I'm trying to do, I guess. Self-aware. All right, where's the big sploosh? It's been a while now. There it is. Okay, I think that sounds good. Nope. Okay, let's try that again. That didn't sound right either.
No, it
No,
didn't.
let's try that again. Wait, one more time. Come on.
There we
There
go.
we go. Hey. So there's multiple ways of doing that glitch, and it took us a while to figure out PC version. For a long time, we thought that this auto-scroller skip was only going to be available in console until, you know, just constant work within the community to finally figure out methods of being able to do that. And it's funny, I've seen 3 different ways of skipping that particular one. There's Skate's method. I use a slightly different one that's a lot more risky. And then I've also seen a Harpy one, which is even worse because you just kind of have to feel out where you're at in order to hit the loading zone. But welcome to Risky's Hideout.
Yeah, this is a true test of your skills.
Very risky.
So here I'm going to fly over as Bat. You could actually do this as Harpy. I'm not consistent enough at it, so I'm just going to do that. Oh, nice. Didn't get hit there.
And this is my personal favorite track.
Oh, yeah, it's a great track. So I got to focus a lot here. I got to do a lot of like monkey bullets and stuff like that. It's really hard to talk while doing this.
Yeah, again, it's just precise movement with Monkey Bullet in order to do it quickly. I mean, there's no dire need from a cycle perspective on this screen to do it, but just the focus to be able to get through it as quickly as possible is still there.
All right, got to do the swag bullet here. Over lava, I don't care. Long hair, don't care. Okay, this screen here, so transform to Harpy. Okay, I have a tendency to just transform to Monkey there because that's just like the first instinct, like Monkey's the best, so just transform to Monkey.
Yeah, and it's the worst thing you can do. You're actually working with cycles here that you're trying to hit, so any other transformation immediately throws that off.
So you see here I'm like flying over the top of the screen. It's kind of similar to the whole Bat flying over Graveyard. So you see I'm like constantly flapping Harpy's wings or else I'm going to fall to my death. Okay, hopefully this new strat I developed like 2 hours ago works here. I don't want to deal with them.
Well, it's better than being sniped right here.
Yeah. All right, there we go. That I find that to be much more consistent now. Like that shot, like that sniper Tinkerbat just fires a shot like right in the way I have to go, and it just really messes me up.
Yeah, he tends to knock you into the lava too, because you'll
Yeah.
lose the ability to fly while you're in damage animation. So that was really good. Nailed the best cycle you could there. So
Thank you. Yeah, I think I have like a slower computer at home, so like maybe like that's changing the patterns a little bit, so I had to kind of adapt there. So now we got a boss rush here. We meet Risky Boots yet again.
2,000 HP.
Yeah, she's got a lot of HP.
Yeah, you're going to see the Scimitar doing the heavy lifting on this particular one as he just tries to keep close. She does have a very consistent pattern. There is no RNG to this fight, so she always does the same things. So at least you can anticipate that. That's why you'll see him being able to dodge shots and things. The only RNG will be her hopping distance during these particular phases. And one other thing you'll notice that she's using all the tools. If you're familiar with the Pirate's Curse game, she's got her cannon, her pistol, the scimitar charge that she does is based on Risky Boots charge, and then she'll have her hat here after the thing. So her DLC character to play as will be coming out in about a month or two.
Yeah.
Sometime over summer. It's been announced by WayForward, so we're looking forward to seeing how she will play in the game.
For sure, yeah, I'm excited for that. Who knows, maybe I'll speedrun that too if it's fun.
It's Shantae, it's gotta be fun.
Alright, so now she's like 3/4 done or something, and now I gotta heal since I didn't get a magic drop from the Tinkerbats. Oh wow, I forgot about that.
We weren't even paying attention.
Yeah. So normally you want her to be dead like right here, so I didn't get the best jumps. Okay,
There
that's
we go.
alright.
It's not terrible.
All right, so that's one boss out of 3. So that's one taken care of. So now we get a nice little break. The second boss is very straightforward. So look, it's Tinkerbrain. It's the machine that Uncle was working on. But why is it evil?
It's only evil because of Risky's modification of the blueprints right now. I mean, obviously the Tinkerbats have done a little bit of work to it. Doesn't quite look the same, but it's definitely something to be at least not trifled with. In this part, though, you'll find it's very easy. This is no threat at all, to be honest. The jumping isn't all that tight to avoid damage, and as long as you're not caught between the electrified pillars, you're good. I mean, ideally, you just like to see him shoot a laser, but it doesn't happen very often. He usually throws more gears than anything.
Yeah. Nice.
Well, speaking of laser.
Yeah. I don't have to think about that one.
Nope.
All right, so you have to do this 2 times for each side. As you can see, as I'm kind of like running around this arena, you see the screw in Tinkerbrain's head rotating and coming loose. All right, now the real fun begins. This next boss is really tough, and I'm going to require a lot of focus. The people on the couch can definitely talk, though. Right. I'm just going to be in the zone for this. I really don't want to die here.
Yeah, so Tinkerpain 2 can actually really wreck runs, and what you see going on here is obviously he's got a shield going on, and Skate just got trolled a little bit by the game. What you're looking for are these particular genies that are floating around. Obviously, the machine's impacted them. They're now kind of evil as well. And those first 3 up front, like lining up underneath that one, you'd like to see one of their shields drop so you have a chance of getting a shot in early. Unfortunately, that didn't happen, so we had to wait out kind of the fast cycle of the shield to have a better shot of being able to get in there. These genies have 2 different attacks. They either will use a wider magic, which kind of spreads out from the area between them and the surrounding genies. It's usually no threat as long as you don't have to run around, if you can keep the cycle like Skate's trying to do here. The other one, which is the bigger threat, is the black waves of magic. Those waves do 2 hearts worth of damage, so you can't afford to take a lot of those hits, and especially where Skate's at right now with his healing items, it's going to be very important that he avoids as much damage as possible. However, sometimes that will happen right there. It's all based on RNG. There's no way to manipulate it, so you're trying to get these shots in, but you also need to keep an eye on what's happening in the background. So it's a lot to focus on, and you get a screen glare, it makes it even worse. So hopefully you got a nice dark room for this fight sometimes. But Tinkerbrain takes 10 of these bolts, basically 100 HP of damage. Each one does 10. So you get 10 shots in, and it'll be GG Tinkerbrain, and we'll move on.
This is going really well so far.
Yeah, it's not bad considering.
1 more to go.
Nice.
There we go. Nice.
Very clean fight.
Yeah, I only got hit once, I think.
Yeah, it was just that one you couldn't avoid when you went for the shot, and that's not bad at all.
Awesome. Who needs potions? Well, you could just do that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep. I think I only had 1 potion left, too, so I was a little worried.
Yeah, you do.
But I had plenty of oranges.
All right, so we got the zombie hamster. It's the most important thing. And now we get treated, for saving the world, we get treated with an auto-scroller.
Of course. There actually have been times where you just, like, you're not so happy with the run, or the run is, like, it's going super well, and then you choke here, and it's just, like, such a bad feeling.
Yeah, and this is like a minute 19 on an optimized computer. It's about a minute 19 in duration. If you fall, you're sent all the way back to the beginning. There's no checkpoints, so it could be extremely frustrating if you take a fall here, but it's not too bad. One thing you'll note, though, is there's no health meter and no magic meter. That said, you can run out of magic here, so if you leave the Tinkerbrain fight with low magic and you want to use Fireball the way that Skate is, which you'll notice extends his jumps a little bit, you can run out of magic, and then if you were to rely on that and have no magic, you'll probably fall.
Oh, jeez. So. I hope I have enough.
Yeah, no, you'll use the potion there at the end, I think, so you have plenty.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Yeah, okay. Swag jump. Yeah.
Nice.
Yes, nice swag jump.
All right, we're almost done here. So time is going to be when
screen fades
to white. Yeah, completely white.
So time's coming up here shortly.
Yeah. Set my hair on fire. Ah!
1 more obstacle to go.
Yeah, and
all right, we're good to go. We're home free.
Time.
That was 102.22.
Oh, yes.
The 222
No
in the
way.
marathon. Nice skate.
Calculated.
Calculated.
Planned that. Wow. Okay, I'm very satisfied with that time. I was really going for a 101 there, but like that was kind of a pipe dream, so I'm totally happy with that, especially since it ended in 222, as it is in my name. Wow, I can't ask for a better time.
All right.
So I guess let's do some shout-outs here real quick. So shout-outs to the Shantae community, really. Like these two back here, thank you so much for the commentary. TKY has the world record in this. He's just the god at the Shantae games in general. Esco for finding all the glitches. You know, we got Seth, Trent, Cake Sauce, Mad Taz. There's so many people to name, and y'all are just so amazing.
Yeah, especially with this game. I mean, it was a huge effort to find a lot of the clips. I mean, that auto-scroller skip went through so many iterations, starting with Holy Crab, which was found by Trent, and the pincer jump, and then it became Holy Mermaid, and then suddenly we had the ability to just go over the entire one. And it's just a lot of people in the community, like Frozen Doze as well, that I think was missing the list, that really helped out in kind of molding, you know, what the out-of-bounds trickery is going to look like, and it's kind of turned into this. And it's a shame that the patch kind of took it away, but we understand why. It was a big necessity, just because it was so easy to clip out, even when you didn't intend to. So.
Yeah, so that's it for this run. So I'm going to just breeze through these credits here while we get to hear the awesome Dance Through the Danger song.
Just check our in-game time. And
yeah, I'm going to check the in-game time real quick, because why not? But coming up after this, we got Alwa's Awakening with Infested Rich. It's a really cool indie game, retro puzzle platformer, 5606.
Okay.
All right, seems good.
And no Bikini Shantae.
Yeah, so you usually get rewarded with the Bikini Shantae when you actually get the speedrunner achievement, but sometimes it just doesn't want to give it to you. But oh well, that's it for me, guys. Thank you for watching, and keep on watching, keep on donating, guys. See ya.
Plenty of donations coming in there for that Shantae Half-Genie hero run, so let me get to a few of them real quick before we move on. Zintra with $15 donation said, pretty excited for Shantae. I always look forward to seeing something from the series, and I'm happy to see the latest game being run. Looks like you guys are ready to go. My brother introduced me to SGDQ a few years ago, and now it's become a tradition for us to get hype about it every year. Thank you to everyone who participates in this amazing marathon. Also, you know how you hear those donations of folks who have only caught GDQ recordings after the fact and are excited to catch it live? Well, Maniac Bob has a different take on things. He donated $15 and said, I just finished playing Shantae HGH casually and thought it would be a fun speedrun, and here it is now. I'm so excited to watch this in the morning because it is very late and I need to sleep before work. I'm not so ready to go. And we have a $15 donation from El Cid, who says, I absolutely love Shantae, the game and the character, so this is the perfect time for me to make my next donation. Here's hoping skateman222 sets a new record, Doctors Without Borders keeps on being awesome, and we see Shantae in the next Smash. I like that idea. Thanks so much for your continued generosity, El Cid. You know, I've read a lot of donations from you over all these GDQ events. We appreciate it. Balthazar with a $30 donation. Love the runs. Couldn't help but donate again. Love the Shantae series. And while we set up for Alwa's Awakening, an any % run by Infested Rich, we'll be back in just a moment after some messages from Twitch. Welcome back to Summer Games Done Quick 2017. We'll be having Alwa's Awakening next. It's an NES-inspired Metroidvania-style game. I'm curious because I wasn't familiar with the game prior to the marathon, but I know that there's always someone in the audience who's not only heard of it, but it's like one of their favorites, no matter how obscure the game is. So, you know, let me hear from you maybe in a donation comment or something like that if you're a big Alwa's Awakening fan. I'd love to find out. Also, our runner will be Infested Rich, and this is his third run of this event, if I'm not mistaken. So, just curious if anyone's caught some of his runs beforehand. There's been a couple. Let me go over a few more donations here that were for Shantae. I'll try to give everyone a chance to have their comment read. We've got $10 from Mark, who said, "Love Shantae and the Squid Baron. Good luck to skateman222. We're belly dancing in support." And Jade Farrow donated $15. "I had to donate for Shantae, as well as shoot for that autographed copy of HGH. Great marathon so far, and best of luck throughout the rest of it." Aster, with a $15 donation, said, "Had to wake up early for Shantae. Best video game soundtrack I've heard in ages." And here's a $20 donation from Christerius, who says, "Hey Corey, it's Christerius. Great to see you monkeying around again at SGDQ. Shoutouts to Canada and save those genies. Anyway, I shan't keep you any longer. Good luck with the run." Catherine donated $15 and said, "My boyfriend loves skateman222 for Earthbound, and now I love him for Shantae. Thanks for all of these great runs." And we're once again sending it back to the main stage for Alwa's Awakening by Infested Rich. Take it away.
Hi everyone, time for Alwa's Awakening. It's a new retro game on Steam, released earlier this year in February, so it hasn't been out that long. Yeah, I'm Infested Rich, and with me today I have Toad on the couch. He haven't played the game, but yeah, he's here for support. What a bro.
Gotta support the best, man.
So yeah, I'll count it down. 3, 2, 1, go. So we play as a character called Zoe. You wake up in the land of Alwa, and they have been attacked by an evil wizard called Vicar. And yeah, what they did, they attacked the land and took the 4 ornaments, which are like powerful objects. So and he gave them to bosses throughout the world. So our goal is to bring them back and take them down at the end. And this game gets well, we're gonna do a lot of shortcuts because of some speedrun tricks, and it's starting right after I pick up this staff, which is my main weapon. So normally you're supposed to go down here, but I'm just gonna wall jump up here, which is a speedrun trick. And how you do it, you just jump in air, slash, and when I